Hey garden friends, we are at Lowe's. This is a Lowe's I don't get to come to often enough. They take supreme care of their plants and they just set them up in different vignettes that are very inspiring. So I had to be over in this town. It's about an hour away from where I live. And I thought I would just run through and take a look at what they have. Just look at this bougainvillea. Ooh. I love it, but I can't grow it, so I'll just admire it when I come to visit. Look what I spotted. This is Razzleberry Fringe flower as a standard or a tree. I fell in love with it. I had to have it. Here's something that I find very interesting. This is a Fern Pine. I do love that color, and it is hardy in my area. But it gets 40 feet tall. I didn't know if I wanted something that big. But it sure is pretty, and especially right next to the Japanese maples. I have one of these, but the poor thing got singed in the freeze. This is a wax leaf ligustrum. I am looking for shrubs. This one looks like it's a pretty tough one. I don't know. I'll have to think on this one. It says it gets 10 feet high, but you can prune it. I guess a lot of people use them as foundation hedges. The lilies sure are beautiful, but I have a bunch. They just need to come into bloom. So let's fit this into here. Hint, if you're going to carry big messy topiaries in your car, always have a big black garbage bag on hand. My next stop, one of my favorite nurseries. This is why this place is so popular. Look at these baskets. Aren't they gorgeous? They are massive and so filled. Look at this calibrachoa. Isn't that a gorgeous color? I love it. They have a bunch down here, but they don't have that white one. We will see. He's going to check at the back to see if they have any more. I don't need a big basket. I just want a little 4-inch pot. It was a fun day shopping. This is a couple days later. And I want to show you where I'm putting. This is the standard of the Fringe flower plant. And this one is called a Razzleberry Fringe flower. And I got it home safely. Didn't break too many limbs. I see a few that need to be trimmed out that did get busted, but all is good. And I think I am going to go back for that shrub that I was showing you, which was the Texas privet. I think it was some kind of privet. I was testing this arbor here, and I don't think that's going to work for me. It's just too bulky. And my husband had an idea of making like a side table, just a little table attached to the bench, and then on the outside of that putting something to create an arbor with, so it's all part of the bench and then can be portable if I want it to be. So I thought that is kind of a good idea, because I was telling him I didn't want to block access there, because that will right there allows me to get behind the bench to take care of things. But this is all part of my front garden revamp. I've been sharing, I shared it before, and I just filmed another during, and then what I finally end up with will be coming as soon as I get done up here. I've got a lot going on I want to do, but I just wanted to share where that was going. And behind there, before I plant anything in the ground like this, before I put it in the ground, I want to put it back by the block wall, which is the retaining wall, because our driveway is, a good 10 feet down. Well, maybe not that far, 6 feet at least, a drop there, but it's filled with rock, so I can't plant right next to the block wall, and I wanted to, so I'm going to get or make a raised bed that I can plant these directly in the ground. I don't want to keep them in containers, because containers usually take more water, and as you know, we are in severe drought conditions. So I wanted to have my plants but use the least amount of water possible. So that's the plan here. And my other things I bought at the Hilltop Nursery, the one that I showed where we had the big baskets of flowers. So I bought some more things to plant myself, and I will show you what I bought. So this is another thing I bought at the Lowe's when I bought the Fringe flower, I'm going to call it topiary, is the 6-pack of wave petunias. This was on their clearance rack, and this is normally $11 for these big 6-packs. That's almost the size of a 4-inch pot. And if you buy them in the 4-inch pots, they're like $5 or $6 each. I got this whole thing for $7, and they just need a little TLC, a little space for their roots to spread, and these ones have a spread of 24 inches. So these will be perfect in the ground and as a ground cover. And they also are great in hanging baskets because they really hang pretty too. Then at Hilltop. Hilltop carries wave petunias. Next year, I'm not even going to bother seeding any because these things, they have every color you can imagine. This one is Rosy Dawn, and it is a pretty pink, and it has like a yellow glowing center, white and yellow. And I've had this one before, and I've always loved it. So I picked up a couple of those, and then this other one I picked up was Coral Reef. It's a salmony, it's a deeper pink, but it will blend well with that. And it's just got this pretty salmony, deep pink color, which I do love. Now these are by Proven Winters. These are called Amazon Sunset Parrots Beak. And they have such an interesting flower. I'm going with the corals and the oranges on my back deck. These will be gorgeous for the hummingbirds. My cousin said she had it last year in a big hanging basket, and it was the biggest hummingbird magnet. So that's my goal with these two. I haven't decided whether to put them in hanging baskets or in my window boxes back there on the deck rail. That's to be determined. Okay, that's that morning one. And then white. You know how I love white to offset the other colors. Just bring in a calming influence, something to space it up. And this is something new. At the Hilltop Nursery, I was looking for something to go with white, to go with whatever, because as I said, I love white. So this is Lofos, Lofos. And what it has is these bell-shaped flowers. She showed them to me there, bell-shaped flowers. This drapes, let's see how far does it drape. This says full sun to part shade, 24 inches. So dramatic addition to any garden, white trumpet-shaped flowers flow elegantly from vigorous vines from spring to late autumn. There's always a full display of flowers. So I loved them in their pots that they had, so I definitely wanted to try them, and these are good, healthy plants. So that was my plant haul from my day out to Home Depot and one of my favorite nurseries of all time, Hilltop Nursery in San Andres, California. So I hope you enjoyed this video today and shopping with me when I was out and about on errands. And then I will be sure and share with you later where I plant these petunias or baskets, what have you, whatever it is, I will share later and let you know how everything goes. And I will be sharing what I decide to do back here in the future because it's an ongoing process. So I'll see you later. Bye.